to me because it's easier for me to hold this for a long time with the right hand. All right.
You and your well-exercised right hand.
Another episode of Walkabout. Walking about, walking out, talking out.
Yeah, something like that.
So you're saying something about the Oscars.
I was talking to somebody, and he was talking about how it used to be that if you watch the old Oscars, they kind of fawned over this icon, the symbol, the statue itself, with such regalia,
Pomp.
Like you'd have the kids who would be the upcoming stars, like actually kneeling and bowing in front of it.
Yeah.
And I told him, he said it was kind of a shame that they don't even bother, like it doesn't have that much meaning anymore.
Right.
Even in the ceremonies themselves.
Well, it's It's highly political. Sorry, hot coffee on my skin.
Well, like I was telling him, like on one hand, yeah, it sucks that as time has passed, we've kind of lost this tradition.
Yeah.
This kind of connection with the way things used to be. But on the other hand, the golden calf.
True.
Like the reason the golden calf, one of the reasons the golden calf story kind of persists is because it's true that if you base your entire worldview around iconography of some kind of heralded godlike figure, which is meaningless, it doesn't actually hold any purpose,
yeah,
you will end up destroying yourself.
I do seem to remember something about false idols, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in fact, it was directly related to that. So,
do you remember the punishment that the Israelites had to take for worshiping the golden calf? Do you remember?
I remember Charlton Heston's move up.
So there were some people who were just out and out killed.
Yeah.
A lot of those, actually. But for everyone who wasn't, the statue was ground up, and they were forced to consume it.
Pleasant.
Yeah. But anyways.
Well, better than the Aztecs. They would have just melted it down and then made you consume it.
So I guess in summary, the Oscars are bullshit. Is that kind of where we're at?
Well, I mean, I don't know what they are anymore. They're kind of useless. They don't hold any merit or purpose anymore. Gotta love that lighting.
I know.
Because the purpose of any kind of icon or symbol is what the group gives it.
Right.
If everyone agrees socially that this position holds meaning, then it holds meaning. But as soon as everyone stops caring about the Oscars, it doesn't matter anymore.
Like
it's
the CMAs.
Useless. The what?
The CMAs, Country Music Awards.
The what? I mean, it's...
I'm the last man in the universe who remembers that the CMAs exist. No one else believes me. By the way, there's a new movie coming out that the whole idea behind is some guy bonks his head, and he's the last man on Earth who remembers that the Beatles existed.
That's dumb.
And so he keeps trying to remind people of the songs, and they're like, I don't know what you're talking about.
So, like, Blast from the Past with Idiocracy?
Yeah, it's like a British nostalgia film. You know, I don't know.
UK films. Ugh. See,
Right?
the problem is a lot of Hollywood films have the problem of being about the problems of Los Angeles. Like,
Yeah.
what every day is like in Los Angeles.
It's actually one of the things that ruins great directors. When David Lynch moved to Los Angeles, all of his films stopped having meaning.
Yeah.
Because he stopped interacting with normal people. And it's one of the things that made him so great was how he cast, as a bus goes by, how he cast normal life in such bizarre scenarios. You know, Lynch was obsessed with the idea of the great evil and darkness that lurks right underneath the facade that we all stand around.
Yeah.
Basically, you know, wherever there's light, there must be shadow. Let me film the shadow.
Yeah. Well, British films really focus heavily on life in London. And
Right.
then, like, the surrounding farm areas.
You mean they don't focus a lot on Cardiff?
No, they also don't focus on Spain. They don't focus on life in, like, they'll show off the rural areas, but they'll do so as vistas, as set pieces, not as actual places people live and work in.
Yeah. This is a much better place to be walking today.
Yeah.
So we got on the topic of, about Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Well, it's this self-serving It's this self-serving beast in that it constantly pats itself on the back. It brings in people that are already fed through their own system. It benefits off of itself, and it's so disconnected with the rest of America. Now, people who live outside the United States think that that's the whole freaking country.
No.
Well, they think it's two things. They think it's that, big cities like LA or New York, or Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? That's what they think of the South.
I kind of wish it was more like Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Well, isn't this just a geographical oddity? 2 weeks from everywhere.
Canton? Canton, North Carolina, is that you?
You know what I love about this? Has kind of become a movie discussion, but you know what I love about Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Is that the Coen brothers, the story is the Odyssey. It's the story of the Odyssey.
Yeah.
But neither of them have ever read the Odyssey. They made a movie that is a retelling of the Odyssey, but it's because they know the story through pop culture, not because they read the original text. That's fascinating.
So, well, here's another part.
Can you imagine making a story about Winnie the Pooh, but you've never read any of the books?
It'd be easy. It'd actually be really easy, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It's like, I never watched The Godfather growing up. Never did. I finally got the opportunity to see The Godfather much later in life. It was when I was like maybe 19 years old. I just never saw it. I just never went out of my way to see it for some reason. I don't even know.
We may have needed to take that sidewalk there. I think that's where we need to go. Down that way.
Well, here's the problem. The elements in The Godfather, because they're so popular, are repeated ad infinitum in other stories. And so the problem is, I saw The Godfather before I saw The Godfather.
Atticus's godfather, Randy, can't help himself. Well, y'all know Randy. Everybody knows Randy on the channel. He does a sports show with me.
Yeah.
But Randy, every time he sees Atticus, he says, I'm going to make him an offer. He can't refuse. And I'm like, God, stop, Randy, stop. It's so cringy.
Yeah. Put some cotton in your lip.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it could have been a lot of things, Brando. Shut up.
This is a great day for a walk.
Yeah.
You like it? The sun's finally come out. It's not as gray and cold as it was earlier today.
No.
When I was over at PNC, it was 32 degrees, gray, and windy.
Disturbing.
Ugh. Nasty.
Great time to be out there.
Well, I actually did some filming for the, over there. Not for here, other things. And the whole time I'm thinking, like, this looks so ugly. How can I make this look nice?
Instagram filter. The dog ears and dog nose.
I guess so.
That's how you do it.
I guess so. This is a good cup of joe, as they say.
I keep spilling on myself.
I have a feeling I'm going to be overtaken.
Hyacinth Bucket would be so upset with me.
Oh, really?
Sorry, Bouquet.
Yes, Bouquet. Get the name
Bouquet.
correct.
Yeah, I don't really know of any kind of movies which show this alternative, like the realistic lifestyle in the U.S. There's a few, don't get me wrong, but they're not really memorable.
Is it garden and restrooms, or garden or restrooms?
I think it's the garden restrooms.
I guess we'll just head down this way.
Yeah.
Nope, it's garden restrooms.
Well, it goes off that way.
Okay, well, we'll just keep. You know what? We can only get but so lost.
Yeah.
3 hours later.
Thank you, GPS.
We are walking. Everybody knows we're in Raleigh, so we're in beautiful, sunny Raleigh, North Carolina. We are doing a fine cup of joe from Cup of Joe. Excuse us.
And this lovely,
Damn you millennials.
60s.
Damn you millennials and your
60s
insipid
modern
selfie sticks.
Architecture.
Yeah, whatever.
No, it's not too bad.
I'm not a big fan.
I mean, at least it's wholesome in it. It's not like the weird, like, nouveau Soviet architecture you get everywhere.
Nouveau. Oh, you mean the brutalist architecture?
It's like nouveau.
You mean every
brutalist?
every federal building built since 1960?
No, I do like that style.
It's funny.
You can drive downtown, and you know when you go drive past the post office, because you're like, what in God's name is that ugly O?
What in good God's name is this? What an unholy... I think this is a dead end. Nope, never mind. I have no faith in this path.
You haven't for the past, like, several minutes. What's wrong with you?
It's all right. Really, I just don't want to be on a dark and dreary lane with you.
Oh, yeah.
That's when Chris would finally make his move and stab me right in the kidney.
I can't do that. You have to... Here, look. Look.
I don't think that opens. That looks secure.
Oh, that's a shame.
Looks like it has a mag lock on it.
Oh, okay. Well, all you gotta do is cut the wire.
No, that's not how that works. You cut the wire and it stays locked.
No,
it has a fail-safe.
No, that's the mag lock. The mag lock would be cut the wire and it unlocks. See no evil. Hold on a second.
So,
can we talk about where we are as relation to what these represent? Should we? Should we really?
yeah.
I feel like those being here is a little unsettling. Think about it.
The fact that we're outside of a television station?
Yes.
Open your goddamn minds! Shape-shifting lizard people controlling the media!
Interdimensional vampires here to suck the souls of children and bathe in their blood.
Goblins. Goblins everywhere. This looks like a path that there'd be some goblins on, if I'm honest.
Yeah. I need to level up.
However,
Damn,
I
forgot to bring my level 2
Would there be anything scarier to run into than Alex Jones on this path? Actually, like a clone army of them?
That would be hilarious.
Super male vitality.
Oh, great.
All right, enough of that garbage. There's all sorts of frickin' wildlife here. Frickin' rad.
Whole bunch of snakes. All the snakes.
Yeah, it's the opposite of Ireland.
Funny, we just had St. Patrick's Day. Maybe we should invoke his name. Isn't that what St. Patrick was known for, is removing the snakes from Ireland?
That's one of the things they claim. Swinging that shillelagh.
Forcibly removing?
Bloody filthy snakes coming into our lands, taking our jobs.
Remove snack.
Don't step on snack.
No step on snack.
Yeah.
But it's pretty.
It's just lovely. It's just lovely. Are you stopping to smell the roses, Chris?
Is that honeysuckle? It's not a honeysuckle
No, it's
bush.
not honeysuckle. It may just smell like nectar.
It smells almost like honeysuckle.
It does. It smells
it's
quite
completely
fragrant.
wrong bush, but
It's gorgeous.
yeah.
Beautiful even. Wonderful. Terrible. Good smelling even. Oh.
I mean, you're going to call it 16 candles, you can. That just looks like a sprayer.
This is beautiful at certain times of the year. This right now is kind of one of the middling times of the year.
Yeah, well, I mean,
We're over at the WRAL Gardens.
there are actually cherry trees, like the actual, like, what is the actual genus there? It's not Japanese cherry tree, but it's the same one that's in Japan. So it blooms at the same time of year. And so right now, there's spots where it's just like all white on the trees.
Huh.
Because, you know, it coincides with White Day, which is like Japanese Valentine's Day.
Well, they have two. One is where men give women gifts, the other is where women give men gifts. There's a lot of holidays in Japan.
They like holidays. They like celebrations.
They like excuses to give each other gifts.
Any day where the coming tsunamis do not take them all. Good thing. I can say that because it's late enough to where I can make.
You know what? I'm gonna go out and just make a statement. I'm gonna put it out there. Tsunamis are racist. Tsunamis are the Hitler of Japan.
I'm just, you live on an island nation where every once in a while, without warning, and this is historically obviously not now, the sea would come in and kill everyone you knew. You're like, oops, there's everybody in the village gone.
Oh.
It's like, imagine living the life.
Even my little Shiba Inu Ichigo.
Including that, because they're only bred from, all Shiba Inus are bred from two that were left over after World War II.
That is some inbreeding.
Yes. One of the reasons they're so weird. But you live with that kind of, that like pendulous blade over your head for long enough, and no wonder Japan's so weird.
Yeah.
And that's kind of that might be one of the contributing factors. Just the omnipresent.
But in fairness, the fisherman's wife is a ink block print that is over 200 years old. So they've been weird for a while.
Well, I mean, tsunamis have been happening for a while. You know what? I usually wouldn't show a picture of a woman fucking an octopus, but I'm probably gonna die tomorrow anyway, so why not?
We got 16 minutes in before you said the F word.
Well, yeah. Well, you win one way, you win the other.
I know, because some of these keep dead ending.
But yeah.
Let's go back this way and we can exit out that side.
Yeah.
And we'll be back on the streets, the hardened streets of Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah, the mean streets.
Fun stuff. Raleigh, North Carolina was just named the #1 place in the USA for quality of life and #3 in the world. How's your quality of life, Chris?
I mean, it's okay. I mean, like...
But is it equality of life?
Equity of life.
We are white males.
Oh, God. I bring fuck up, you bring that up. Okay.
I identify as a manatee.
I mean...
But I'm okay
soon
with
both of us will look like it, too.
I am fine, yeah. I am A-okay with womanities as well. And Zertes.
Xerxes?
No, Zertes. It's non-gender conforming T's.
For Xerxes.
You would prefer Xerxes. Bow down before the god king.
Okay, so...
Nothing? No? Okay.
I was actually going to ask, like, who did this study and, like, what's the metric?
I actually don't remember. Nor do I care. I just was like, we're #1. We're #1.
Raleigh has looked into the city of Raleigh and determined that Raleigh is the best city.
The Raleigh Tourism Board voted Raleigh #1 in the USA.
Huh, who'd have thought?
It is a gorgeous day.
I'd actually put North Dakota as
Ooh.
the...
That's a big church they got over there.
Oh yeah, the... what is that called?
It's a Catholic church.
I know it is, but like... It's not a basilica.
No, it's not a basilica. No, it's
big.
I don't even think... It's like Franciscan in design, I think.
I think you could actually see it from some of the roads around here when you're coming down off the hills.
Well, I remember where they put the roof on it because you could see the copper for miles.
Oh yeah.
Now it's got that patina.
Yes.
It's a good word. It's a good word, patina.
You can patina down and walk away.
Patina sounds like a pony, doesn't it?
Yeah, pony talk.
Patina smiles.
That too. Which would actually be pretty gross.
Ugh, oh yeah, kind of rotting green look.
So interesting little tidbit. The top of the Biltmore estate
In
is
Asheville.
copper.
Yes.
As opposed to the Biltmore estate in Soviet Russia.
I'm just trying to keep it... Not everybody knows these places, Chris.
Okay, the Biltmore estate is... I think it actually still technically is...
It is the largest privately
home.
owned home in the United States.
Yes. Because the only people who make bigger homes attach them to their corporations so they get tax benefits.
Or they let the state take them over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, that's my jam. Rhythmic pounding.
Remind you of your wedding night?
Ow, ow, ow. When's it gonna be my turn?
So the roof of the Biltmore estate is copper, but they had to import the copper from France because there wasn't anywhere suitable to supply the copper in the U.S.
It's because the Mormons wouldn't sell them any.
Well, it's because the Mormons hadn't dug up all the copper yet.
You'll never catch me, copper.
So by the time it got to the U.S., because they actually molded it in France, and by the time it got to the U.S., it had already patinaed. There was never a time when the roof of the Biltmore estate wasn't green.
Yeah, salt air will do that.
Well, you know, and time.
Nah.
Shipping things by boat ain't quick. Oh, that is pretty. You got all those bells, too.
I'll tell you what. I had no idea that molesting boys was so lucrative. Clearly, we are in the wrong industry.
And that's when the cops come to take us away.
All right. Yeah, we can head back this way. Why not? Just keep walking on the road so that everybody can see what I'm talking about. There you go.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful building. It's kind of weird that they cut out all the trees. Because it kind of looks a little barren.
Yeah, they clear cut. Well, but it's supposed to kind of look like that Franciscan cathedral on a hillside.
Yeah.
They planted trees, but yeah, it really wasn't careful maintenance. No, we can let them go. Got out in front of me. Okay. Apparently he didn't know where he was going either.
I mean, that's true of a great many people in life. They don't know where they're going. They just kind of go.
Yeah, man, that's deep. Deep thoughts on Walkabout.
Deep thoughts with shallow minds. It's our catchphrase.
Deep thoughts for shallow minds?
No, just with us.
Oh. I always find that you and I somehow meander into philosophy when we talk about this. In fact, in our Team Fortress 2 stream, we got into philosophy, and we were talking about permissiveness in regards to culture and morality.
Well, we started off with what is good.
Yeah, what is good? What is good, my dudes? It's not Wednesday, my dudes.
Not yet. It'll be soon. And then it'll be again. And then again. It'll always be Wednesday sometime.
It's always Wednesday somewhere. Wait, no, that's not how that works. Oh, goodness gracious. You know what's the telltale sign of an alcoholic? Someone who says it's 5 o'clock somewhere and means it. Hey man, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Well, yes, technically you're correct.
Well, I tell people good morning and they're like, it's not morning. And I'm like, it's morning somewhere.
Yeah. You know what I want to say to those people? When you say good morning and they're like, it's afternoon. Go to hell. That's what I want to say to you. They'll be like, well, it's 12:01. Good afternoon.
Well, somebody started greeting me at work by saying, good morning, good afternoon.
And good night.
No, good morning, good afternoon. And I would always follow up with, and if I don't see you, good evening and good night. Which is a movie, The Truman Show. Some of you may not actually know about that. It's an interesting movie. It may give you a little bit of a psychotic episode, though. Beware.
Yeah.
It actually did create a specific phobia, which is linked to the film itself.
Well, it's the sense of, probably many people are familiar with this, but basically Truman was a man who was raised in a reality TV, in a completely controlled environment. Everything he did was watched.
Yeah.
And what's so funny is, think about how telling that was.
Yeah. It was a critique of
kind of where we were headed. Yeah. Well, and look at what it's become. Well, I mean, look at what we're doing.
Hey.
Hey-oh. Well, we don't, we're not on 24/7.
Yeah.
Y'all don't see my toilet shots.
That was the critique. Is they watched him do everything. People would tune in at any time of the day and watch what was going on with Truman. You could tune in at night and watch him sleep.
We should do.
But the thing is that's important to note about it. He didn't know. It was a hidden completely from him. So he was in this perfect little place in the world.
Yeah.
That was hidden away.
Slice of 1950s Americana. American exceptionalism is really what it was about.
Yeah.
But people would do freaking TV ads mid-conversation.
And they'd be like, hey, have you tried this new knife set now for $14.99? It's like, what?
Yeah. Well, and eventually he starts catching on. And then, of course, the whole idea is him running away from that life, getting to freedom.
Ed Harris is in it. He does, it's Ed Harris, so everything he does is fantastic.
That's true.
Ed Harris could be in Baby Geniuses.
That man could read the phone book. him and what's his name, the cowboy looking guy. I'm blanking on his name. He was basically God from The Big Lebowski. You know what I'm talking about? Sam.
Yeah.
Sam, what's his name?
Yeah, Sam. What's his name? I know what you're talking about.
Anyways, everybody else who doesn't know what I'm talking about, he does the Coors ads now.
Yeah.
Great voice.
Yep.
Yeah, him and Ed Harris could just read the phone book.
The thing that I'm so sad about is that we will never get, you'll never get, I'm blanking on all of the names, so I'm going to have a terrible time with it. Not Tim Kaine. Bob, no. Okay, never mind. Ignore that thought. I can't think of anyone's name right now.
I'm a married man. I ignore all thoughts.
But no, I mean, going back to the interesting thing, we were talking about morality, but I also wanted to pose another question that we didn't really get into, which is, what makes someone good?
Huh. Interesting.
And it kind of goes into the question of
Well,
what is the,
I still think what makes something good is still dependent on society and how they view it.
yeah, but what's like what? But the thing is, it's also so subjective. that
Generally,
each
it's something
individual person-
altruism is generally perceived as good.
Generally, but it can also be negative if done for the wrong reasons.
Sure.
People going up and like handing money out, or like the certain individual we know who every Christmas would hand out $20 to every single like person they saw everywhere, the
Yeah.
cashiers,
Yeah.
bank tellers. But the problem is, she didn't work to make the money; she was just giving it away.
Right.
And so every year they would end up being poor because she'd start handing the checks out to people.
Yep. So it goes. Well, and altruism to the point where you have nothing, I mean, really,
It's pointless.
what good is that? Now, I have a feeling, I think we're coming up on our record limit, and this is a nice-sized episode.
Yeah.
So I wanted to thank you all for following us, joining us for Walkabout. We're going to try and do this every week, but I'm not going to promise we're going to do it every week.
We'll try. It's good exercise for us, though, so, I mean...
It is good
No reason not
exercise. I find I think better when I'm moving.
It could be the oxygen going to the brain.
So remember to check us out. If you like what we do, you can support us on our Patreon. Obviously, links below. But the best thing you can do is just comment. Tell your friends. We really love to engage, and if there's something you'd like to hear us talk about, or sometime you'd want to join us, let us know. So, thanks.
Bye.